Fight Talk TV.
Welcome to Fight Talk TV. This is your host Nabil Chowdhury speaking. Today we're joined by one of the most experienced and respected pros on the UK boxing circuit, cruiserweight Ossie Jervier, a man who shared the ring with champions, tested countless prospects, and lived the life of a true life of a journeyman. All right, Ossie, take us back to where it all began, all started. What first got you into boxing?
Well, where it started was it's really weird. Like my friend Jamal Morrison, him, he used to have these 8 ounces gloves at his house, innit? And what used to happen was where we used to go to school, there used to be like a car park. And while we was in class, we used to say, right, you're gonna fight this one, you're gonna fight that one, that one, that one, that one. And then we used to go down to the car park after school and we used to just box each other. And there were some brutal ones. There was funny ones where everyone was just cracking up, laughing and that. Do you know what I mean? And this was just from school. Then after school came out, I think the first place I went to was Stowe Boy Clubs. And then after there, that was me and Jamal. We both went there. We didn't like it. Then we came to All Stars. I was at All Stars for a while, boxing here. I remember
Do you remember how many years?
I can't remember what year it was. I know it was in the 90s, isn't it?
Okay.
And remember the first week I came there, I must have trained Monday and Wednesday. Then when the Friday came, Mr. Akai says, "You're sparring." I was just like, "What?" So I tried to be smart and I was just like, "Well, I don't have a gum shield." And he goes, "Oh, we got gum shields here. I'll show you some." You get me? I go, "I ain't got a head guard." "Oh, I'll give you one of those too." So I was trying to get out of sparring because like I only boxed 2 days. Do you know what I mean? And then that day he put me in and he asked one of the kids, how long you been boxing for? He goes, "Oh, he just started as well." And he goes, "Well, he's just started, you two can go in and spar." And I'm telling you, when this kid got in the ring and he squared up, he was, he didn't look like a beginner. He looked like today was his first day at this club, but he didn't look like no beginner. He came there and he was jabbing my head off. So I was just like, all right. That was the first round. Then when it came to the second round, it was funny. I just went, I'm taking it to the streets. And I went in and I pounded on this guy. I was beating him up to when his legs was coming up in the air, everything. And then I was stopping, like saying, like, what's wrong with this guy? Look, he's putting his legs up in the air. He's like curling up into the corner, into the fetal position. And Mr. Akai goes, "Beat him up. He was beating you up in the first round. Beat him up." I was just like, so I started hitting him again. And I was just like, I can't hit this guy, man. Look, he's not even fighting back. Do you know what I mean? And that was the first experience from the car park to saying, I'm gonna go and box, try Stowe Boys Club. Just one day there, and he just said, I'll forget this. Then went down to the All Stars and I was at the All Stars for like a year, but with circumstance that was going on in my life, I ended up doing a whole year. Then I was back and forth, and then money was. I wanted to make money. Do you know what I mean? From the way I grew up, I wanted to make money. So being out there and in here, it didn't work, both of them. Like I had a friend, and he not had a friend. He's still my guy, innit? And he would, if he had to go training, he'd just tell people bye and he's gone, innit? Me, I just be like, I would stay out there and just basically want to make this money, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just had something different in him and he did good in his career, do you know what I mean? So that's that. That's where it started from. I was here at the All Stars.
You turned professional in 2015 at the age of 33, which is later than most. What motivated you to make that jump into the pro ranks at that stage in your life?
In that stage of my life, to turn pro was everything just happened. It's not like because I used to go to the gym and stuff like that. And after a while, I used to gym at my house as well, because I had a gym at my house. And then after a while, I was just like, there's something missing. So there's one time I was driving down Kentish Town, and I saw a boxing gym, and I just went in there. And he goes, yeah, you could come back on Monday. All I wanted was something different. Then all I knew was a year later, I was standing in the ring in Denmark, going to fight for St. Pancras in a box cup. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
I won that. I came back to England. And then from there, I went straight to Birmingham, fought the next guy, won that, come back to London. And then what happened was they put me in one of these cups. It was a new cup. I can't remember what it was called. It was a new cup. It was like an ABA, novice ABAs. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was a novice ABAs. And basically there was under 10s, under
Just want to ask
20s.
you, is this it's under 10 fights, yeah? The novice ABAs.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
under 10 fights, under 20 fights, and then there's the open class that will start in February, I think it was. But at this time, there was that one that started before the end of the year, and then after that, yeah,
Okay. What was that first professional fight like for you? Can you remember the emotions walking into the ring?
that first professional fight, I was nervous still. I was nervous. It was first fight, but I think I was nervous for like even in my amateur fights, I was nervous for all of them. Do you know what I
Then you
mean?
get used to it though, like feeling.
I had friends that got used to it, but I didn't get used to it.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I
You're
mean?
you're
I think
like
that was something in me that made me before.
okay. I hear
Do you know
that.
what I mean? It made me before a minute because I just be like, some people try big themselves up and go, nah, I'm ready, blah blah blah, this that. But then I think they're just trying to be the big like macho and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So tell us, how many amateur fights did you have, and what have you won in the amateurs?
I had 39 amateur fights from not wanting to box, just wanting something new in my life, a new training, and next one I ended up boxing. Had 39 amateur fights. I won the box cup twice.
Yeah.
Came runner up once, so I got to the finals 3 years in a row. London champion in the ABAs,
Cruiserweight, right?
cruiserweight. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I did all of that at cruiserweight. Got to the Londons as well in heavyweight. That was 91 kg.
So just want to ask you, any notable fighters, like any big stars that you're fighting in the amateurs?
In the amateurs, I fought Richard Riakporhe.
Yeah.
Um, what's that boxing in the amateurs that is big now? Yeah, that's what I can remember right now. In the amateurs,
Okay.
I know I boxed Richard Riakporhe.
Okay. What amateur club did you box at? Have you boxed at?
I boxed out of St Pancras.
Yep.
I boxed out of Del Youth
Yep.
and Finchley.
Okay. Who were your boxing heroes growing up?
Boxing Heroes.
Yeah. It could
Yeah,
be past. You can say the past. You can even say the present as well.
past
So
and
like
present.
anyone in your past growing up, and you can mention any boxers you like at the present time as well. So
Well, in the present time, boxers I like. I'm really a person on anticipation and footwork because I believe that it can put you in danger. With when it comes to your footwork, that can put you in danger because for some reason I don't like that flat-footed style. You know,
okay,
where you're just walking, walking, walking. Because I just believe that you can't get out of danger if you get put in danger. Because I'd be like, if you're on the balls of your feet, you can step in and step out. You can change your angles. You can slip, roll, whatever. But when you're flat-footed, those people, in my opinion, tend to have their hands up high, leaving their body open, and they just take shots on their guard. But at the end of the day, I just be like, even if you're taking shots, you're still affecting your brain because a lot of people do. I've seen it. They do dry out. They dry out because they're trying to make weight, so they dry themselves out and they don't drink water. And is a very big part of basically protecting yourself if
yeah,
you have the right amount of water in your body, you know. And what happens? People basically dry themselves out to make weight. So that's why I say, like, people say, oh, they had too much fights. I think they had too much sparring fights when it comes to their minds, when it comes to their brain. When you see people that's punch drunk and all that stuff, I think they've had too much sparring sessions. And in those sparring sessions, they were trying to make weight for the actual fight. So trying to make weight for the actual fight, they dry out. Some people like to starve themselves and stuff like that. So when you're doing things like that, it dries out, then your brain has no water to swim. You get me? So if you put an egg in a cup with no water and go like that, what's gonna happen is the egg's gonna break, innit? And
Yeah.
that's what's happening to the brain. The brain is hitting off the skull. But this is all my opinion. This is what I think is what's going on.
So, is there any boxers you want to name, like any boxers growing up, any boxers at the present that influenced you in your style, or you looked up to, like any boxers?
Well, I can't really say influenced my style because I just went in there and there was one thing I wasn't told that you supposed to you should be watching boxing and figuring out ideas and like you get Mayweather. Mayweather said he used to watch boxers, Mike Tyson, all the other boxers, and then there'll be one time he comes to the gym, he wants to be Mike Tyson, he wants to be brutal, he wants to come forward. The next thing he wants to be Sugar Ray Leonard, he wants to move on his feet and basically jab and punch around and stuff like that. So he took what was good for him and he put it in a box and he shook it around and came up with his style. But he didn't come up with that shoulder roll until he hurt his hand. But people are basically mistaking what boxing is. Do you know what I mean? I've been around kids trying to teach them and basically they want to do this shoulder stuff. But if you look at Mayweather's early career, Mayweather was brutal. Mayweather used to bust up people, do you know what I mean? Until he wanted to continue his career, he started doing that shoulder stuff, one punch, and he had movement. He was someone that had good movement as well, and he had good timing, and he had good anticipating. Um, do you know what I mean? But I like that footwork. That's why Sugar Ray Leonard is one of my guys. You get me?
Yeah,
Because he likes to move around, punch and move.
old school.
Yeah, old school punch and move. I like Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah,
He had that movement. He had the punch, move, roll, slip. You get me? He will pivot, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
then there's someone, people always say, where did he come from? I liked one of Rinky White as well.
Okay.
He was a
So,
good boxer as well. I liked him.
so you're often described as a journeyman boxer. How would you define that term in your own words?
In the end, I don't really care what people think. Do you know what I mean? They can just describe it like that because I know after the fight with Dion Juma, that's when I decided to be a journeyman. But before the Dion Juma fight, all the fights before that, it wasn't about that. But
Yeah.
after the Dion Juma fight, that's when I said, you know what? I'm going to basically just be a journeyman. Just call me up, I'll come and fight.
So, what are some of the biggest challenges that come with being a journeyman in today's boxing world?
Biggest challenges.
Yeah,
Basically, all it is, you just got to be ready, innit? Like, what kind of challenges they're going to put an opponent in front of you, and it's up to you if you agree to take it or not. So, do you know what I mean?
so you're just a cool and ready to fight. That's it. You go
Just
in the
be
ring.
cool, ready to fight. So I was always ready, even when I wanted to be the greatest. I was always ready.
Yeah,
I didn't get why people would make themselves balloon up and go overweight. It didn't make no sense. I train even still now.
yeah. Okay. Many fans might not realize how vital journeymen are to the sports. Can you explain why fighters like you are so important for boxing?
Well, when it comes to the prospects, they ain't gonna put them in with someone big straight away, innit? So when
They're
it
like a
comes to the
prep.
journeyman, we are like
The prep.
someone for them to practice on
Yeah.
and learn and basically experience the pro game and be in that ring. Do you know what I mean? So how can you say it? Like we will let them punch us and stuff like that and move around, but then they have to basically, how can I say it? Like you just got to put it as we're there to help them move around the ring, get to know the ring, get to know the pro game, get to know.
Build experience, basically.
They're building the experience. They basically experience the ring craft and everything, because pro is different to the amateurs. Amateurs is fast. Amateurs is step in, step out. Amateurs is changing angles quickly. Even though the pro games, you're doing all that stuff. You got boxers that do that. You have Lemchenko, you get me, that does that. You know what I mean? You got Usyk. He does it, but he doesn't do it as quick as Lemchenko. Then you had the Pernell Whitaker and you had Sugar Ray Leonard. These people do all that stuff quick. And Manny Pacquiao was a great boxer as well. He was someone that was good on his feet, fast punching, and was punching in bunches. You get me? He wouldn't just give you one punch. So someone like Manny Pacquiao was someone to be careful of.